はじめまして、ケンリと言います。ケンタッキーのタトゥーアーティストです。日本語10ヶ月勉強しています。日本大好きです。食べ物と文化とアニメと漫画楽しんでいます。最近、自分のタトゥーショップをオープンして知ったばかです。ラッキーネコタトゥーと言います。よろしくお願いします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。キャンディーさん、新しいタトゥーショップ、おめでとうございます。もしよければ、見せていただけますか？はい。
はい、もちろんです。こちらが
あ、す
現在
ごい。
入ると2つブースあります。ここ、私のブースです。ご覧の通り、
うん。
ワンピース大好きです。僕のヒーローアカデミアと、鬼滅の刃とジョジョも好きです。漫画とガチャポンあります。ここが受付と売店です。日
あ、
本の
すごい、売店。
とお菓子であります。T シャツ、トイレ、以上です。
わあ、キャンディーさん、ありがとうございます。すごいかっこいいお店ですね。
ありがとうございます。
アニメ大好きなんですね。
はい、そうで
一番
す。
一番好きなアニメ、何ですか？
ワンピースです。
そうですか、ワンピースの写真いっぱいありますね。アニメ
はい。
と漫画大好きですか？
アニメだけです。
ワンピースで誰が好きですか？
ルフィとフレンキー好きです。でも、ルフィの方がフレンキーより好きです。
そうなんですね。なんで、ワンピースのアニメ好きなんですか？
あらすじとキャラク
うん。
ターとアート好きです。
素晴らしい、ありがとうございます。
テルミさん、アニメ好きですか？
はい、アニメ大好き。
どんなアニメ好きですか？
セーラームーン大好きです。
ああ、そうですか。私も。
Well done, Candy-san. Good job. So, Candy-san, congratulations on your presentation and also congratulations on opening your new shop. It's excellent.
Thank you so much.
So, 2025, a lot of people actually already know, like Japanese anime entertainment. Some people actually go traveling to Japan, but it's learning language. Learning Japanese language is something else. It's a lot of people even watch anime doesn't mean that they can understand Japanese. So, Candy-san, can you talk about yourself why you decided to learn Japanese?
So I've attempted to learn Japanese for many, many, many years. Probably since I was maybe in high school, maybe even earlier than that. I tried learning through books and apps and things of that nature. It's mostly because I was really fond of like Japanese media, manga, things of that nature. And it was just really difficult for me to maintain any of that information, especially not speaking and practicing with another person. So when I joined this course, it made it significantly easier because I was actually speaking and listening as well as like taking in the book media and going through flashcards and stuff. And that made learning so much easier. But not to mention, I also have quite a few Japanese friends, and I wanted to be able to communicate with them better, as well as a Japanese boyfriend, too.
Wow, amazing. You actually have been to Japan already a couple of times. And after the master course, I think you have been to Japan, correct?
I have.
How was the experience versus Google Translate lifestyle in Japan? Or you actually speak Japanese language? What was the differences for you?
It was amazing. So the first two times I visited Japan, I did not speak the language. So I had very much just a me and my small group kind of environment and situation. Like we would Google things and get recommendations from the internet. But the third time was the first time I was actually able to just talk to a local, order food, ask recommendations, things of that nature. And it was really rewarding meeting local people and just having a lot of fun with just the people that are from Japan as well.
Amazing. Before Japan Language Factory, what was like a kind of first material that you have tried and you feel like it didn't work?
Definitely, my very first materials were books. So
Mm.
I would order like some of the really old Genki. I still have a new Genki one, but like some of those books and texts and phrase books and things of that nature. And I thought it was useful, but I just didn't retain anything because I wasn't actually speaking it. I was mostly just
Mm,
reading. I did
mm,
apps later, and I felt like they helped a little bit more because you can kind of hear like the speaking and stuff, but still
mm.
you're not replying to the app. So it was still difficult as far as the communication part.
Understand. And then over the thousands of the choice, and why you chose Japan Language Factory?
I chose this because after having the interview and watching some of the videos of people just speaking, I realized that's what I couldn't really do. There were a lot of times where I felt like listening to anime and stuff, I'd pick up words and that would make me excited. But at the same time, I lacked the ability to like reach into my brain and form a sentence. And so I realized that even if I could pick up words and stuff, it doesn't really matter if I can't actually get myself to say something to someone else.
That's true. So now you have actually planned. I know that you already upgraded your account level 2, 3, 4 because you have a long-term plan. Can you tell me about that? You're gonna speak Japanese more, plus you have future plan. What would you like to do with Japanese language?
So my short term goals right now is I want to do a guest spot for tattooing in Japan. I do have plans eventually. This is probably like that 5 year goal to get this shop established, pay off this building, and eventually rent it out to someone and move. That's my long-term goals.
Amazing. And I know a lot of people want to move to Japan, but I just personally curious about the what was the main reason makes you feel like you want to move to Japan, because it's moving to Japan is pretty big deal than just visiting Japan.
So visiting, of course, was always something that I enjoyed doing. I started seriously contemplating it, of course, speaking with the boyfriend and his concerns about living in America separate from his family. So his mother
Mm,
and father are significantly older than mine. So the thought of him leaving Japan long term was concerning. And I totally understood that. And I
mm,
personally think it would be amazing, even if it were just for like 5 to 10 years or something, and then
mm.
moving back and forth or something. I think it would be an awesome journey.
Amazing. Next 5 years will be a big change, big move, and it's gonna be challenge. And then now it's learning Japanese. You still have so many time to really prepare for even until business level because it's 5 years, and now you are actually doing very well already. So my last request for these listeners: some people actually have a concern. Maybe I'm not good at learning language because I can't memorize, I can't focus, and it's difficult to really learn Japanese, especially. So, can you encourage those people?
Absolutely. I think the best advice is just repetition and understanding that, every day you're not going to see results, but if you just continue with that practicing and if you continue with just trying to have exposure to it on a daily basis, it of course will get better. So I think just keeping at it is really the best thing that we can do.
Amazing. Right. And then if sometimes you go to Japan, it's going to be a big motivation.
That's so true. That's so
Yeah.
true. To mention, even if you can't physically go, like let's say you can't afford it for a while, I will say there's something so rewarding when you're watching anime or a TV show
Mm,
or podcast and you genuinely understand what they're saying. It's a very,
mm.
very good feeling. It's like a little win that I feel helped me when I didn't have that time in Japan to keep motivated. It's just so exciting to be like, I understood that entire thing.
Definitely. So, finally, if somebody want to visit your shop, how we can reach you?
So my Instagram, TikTok, everything is Lucky Neko Tattoos with an S at the end. So I even have a website with the exact same name, and you can find me in Louisville, Kentucky.
Amazing. So I'm gonna put the link here. The guys, if anybody wanna actually talk about Japan and putting tattoo together, it will be amazing place.
I love that.
Thank you so much, Candy.
Thank you.